Hey there, welcome back. Now in this lecture, let us do few changes that are related to our current project. Now these changes are minor changes, some can be related to URL as well as some can be related to serialization. So it's nothing big, let's do few changes and then move towards the big topic which is pagination. So the first change is we need to rename this watch list. The main reason is we have a watch list model name, and when we are trying to import watch list here for our movie, we are going to get an error because this is not the class which we want to import here. So we are currently importing this class itself, whereas we want this model. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name. So I'm going to call this as watchlist GB, which can be generic view class, or maybe LAV, that is list API view, something like that. So let me call this as GV for now. And I need to update this on my URL part also. That's the first change. So if I'm not following this part, I'm going to receive an error. So this was important. Otherwise, we are going to receive an error regarding this objects. So that's done. Our first name change is done. The second one is if I try to access all the content inside our watch list. So this one GB, let me jump here and refresh this one. So this is our GB2, that means our list 2. And if I try to access all the content here, you can see we have these long responses. But for now I'm going to mute this. That means I'm going to remove this review section. Instead of displaying this review here, we can access it directly for a particular ID, for a particular movie. So what I'm going to do is from my serialization, I'm going to just comment this one. And if I send a request again, that's done. So the review tab is removed from our dictionary. I'm not going to remove it from database. I'm just commenting this here. So we are not going to display this with our current response. Otherwise, it was difficult for us to understand this response. You can just unmute this later. Maybe you want to send this response, you can unmute this later. But here we are adding this number of rating as well as average rating. So this should work fine. If you want all the reviews, you can just access a particular ID and then access all its review. That's done for this one. The other change I want is this platform. So currently we are only showing the ID of the platform and I want the name. So what I need to do is I just need to override the platform field inside my serializer.py. I'm going to use this platform here and I'm going to call this as char field. And here with this char field I just need to pass a source. So I just need to pass this source and mention to which model and which field we are going to target. So this is going to be platform and then name. So I just need to mention this here. And that's done. So we have overwritten this platform field which was by default showing us the ID, this part. Now if I jump here, send a request again, you can see this is our platform and it's showing Netflix now. It's Prime Videos and keep on following. So this was important. Now let's talk about the next change. Since we are going to work with pagination, that means we are going to work with multiple pages. So I strongly recommend to jump onto your database, get into this watch list part, jump onto this admin panel, then jump onto this watch list and add few movies, web shows, maybe 15 to 20. So we have multiple fields and we can work with multiple pages. You can add anything, just add some content here, 15 to 20, so we can play with pagination. So that's all the changes that currently we require. These changes were not related to any topic, but just for the project, we need to implement them. So that's all for this lecture. Now in the next lecture, let us talk about pagination, which is going to be a heavy topic. So thank you for following this lecture and I see you guys in the next one.